And that's the end of all these old institutions and ideologies of individualism and free market and democracy and so forth.
The fact is that there is no such thing in the world as gods or money or human rights except in the common imagination of human beings.
Now, do you have a right, you might ask, as this technocratic new order and way comes in? Do human beings have the freedom to opt out? To say, you know what, this is getting a little over the top for me. I kind of want to stay fully human with individual autonomy and free choice because as a Christian, this is my view, God requires that of us. He wants us to exercise and use our will. He gave it to us to be used, not to be handed over to Google, handed over to big tech. So can you opt out? Are there human rights in this technocratic order? Listen to Harari on this.
Homo sapiens is the only animal that can talk about things that don't really exist. Churches are rooted in common religious myth about God and heaven. States are rooted in common national myths. Business corporations are rooted in common economic myth about money, stocks, and the corporations themselves. Judicial systems are also rooted in myth, in common legal myth about justice and human rights. Yet, in truth, there are no gods in the universe, no nations, no corporations, no money, and no human rights and no justice outside the common imagination of us human beings.
Did you hear? He even said human rights. That would be something that you'd hear screamed from the rooftops of academia in previous generations. The liberal notion of common humanity and tolerance and human rights, that is starting to fade. And the whole worldview is actually beginning to shift. Secularism is actually falling because you're going to hear him talk about how new religions will arise.